Identifying is bullshit. Now, hold on, I already know what you're going to say.
You're fucking a white male!
Let's have a moment of silence for our friend AIDS Skrillex, who has left us and gone on to Tumblr heaven. Okay, that's enough. Fuck that guy. A few months ago, I made a video called Genderfluid is Bullshit, which garnered the attention of confused teens the world over who came out of the woodwork to tell me how ignorant and uneducated I am, because I don't believe in a concept they themselves argue is in their mind and yet somehow also a social construct. Listen, morons, if it's socially constructed, then it cannot be something you're born with. If you want to convince me of something, try to have the slightest bit of consistency in what you're presenting. The very idea that you can just say, I identify as, and people have to take whatever label soup comes after that as factual is absolute garbage. I could say I identify as the hero of time, but does that make it reality? If you couldn't figure it out, the answer is no. Identifying is stupid and meaningless. It doesn't matter what arbitrary labels you attribute to yourself. Ultimately, it is not what you say or label yourself as that matters. It's what you do. It's your actions, your values, and the qualities you possess that make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Simply saying, well, I identify as me, doesn't mean jack. Human beings are a culmination of their experiences, ideas, and opinions, and to trivialize all of that with a simple label is to strip away all of the key ingredients that make us who we are and simplify it to a singular aspect of our being. Your so-called identity is merely the way in which you want people to perceive you, but this does not mean people will or have to perceive you in that way, nor does it mean that it is factually accurate, especially when the terms you're using to identify yourself are not well known because they were invented by the internet's special snowflake factory. The only way to express who you are is not with identity labels, but to show people with your actions, to lead by example, and to be the very best version of yourself that you can be. If you don't think you fit the stereotypical idea of a male or female, well, congratulations, neither do a lot of people. I myself find a lot of the stereotypical ideals and interests of what is thought to be male stupid and not at all representative of who I am as an individual, and that's okay, but it doesn't make me any less of a man because that's just what I was born as. Whether you want to believe your birth is the randomness of nature or the product of some plan of a higher power, you didn't get a choice in what you were born as. That's just something we all have to deal with, so if you're going to be on this planet, you might as well accept that and make the most of it. Just as easily as you are the race or sexuality you are, you could have been born as anything else. No matter what you are from birth, you get to shape your life in the way that you want, and most of that journey is overcoming obstacles, some of which we have due to circumstance, and others which we put in our own way, but all of them are for you as an individual to deal with, because nobody is going to hold your hand through life. So, all of this crying about getting abuse based on identity is absurd. We all get picked on in some form or another for who or what we are as people. Unfortunately, that's reality, and it's the way it's always going to be, but you can choose how to deal with that. You cannot make someone respect you for an identity or anything else. The only person you can make respect you is yourself. Stop placing so much importance on identity politics. It doesn't matter what you are, because what you are is something that cannot be chosen. It matters who you are. I don't care about your identity, I care about your ideas, your opinions, and your actions. I care about the qualities which make you a good or bad human being. And things like made-up gender identities will never be one of those things. You can choose to be someone of value, but not if you prop yourself up based on an identity which is inconsequential to your value as a person, because rather than shaping yourself as an individual, you are now basing your value on a term. People are individuals, and lumping them all together based on race, gender, and sexuality so you can assume privileges or disadvantages while claiming to want equality is hypocrisy, plain and simple. People from all walks of life can have struggles, and those struggles or advantages are not always the same just because someone was born a certain way. Stop identifying and start being.
I'm the only